When I began to love myself, almost all of my motivation disappeared. And what I realized was that for most of my life, all of my motivation had been based on pressure and shame and worrying about what other people would think of me. With little to no connection to my inner truth, my inner desires, or an authentic sense of motivation, I burned myself out trying to become what everyone else thought I should be. So now it's one of my biggest growing edges to reconnect with a sense of authentic motivation within me, to chase my own definition of success, and to love myself through each and every day on my way to the more aligned and resonant goals that I have for my life. Honestly, for me, it's a paradigm shift at the deepest level. And what I found on this journey of loving myself and becoming more authentically me is that my heart is my greatest guide. When I was operating from shame, my anxious brain was in the driver's seat, and I didn't even know how to tap into my own inner wisdom for heart-centered decision-making. But learning to tap into the wisdom of my heart to guide my life has opened up a world of compassion, creativity, and clarity that I never could have imagined. So today, I'm going to lead you on a guided meditation to connect with your heart and show you how to move into more heart-centered decision-making. The meditation itself is just lovely and soothing, and I truly believe tapping into the wisdom of your heart can have a range of beneficial effects on your life, both for your compassionate self-understanding and your decision-making process. Welcome to Somatic Healing Meditations, the podcast that helps you regulate your nervous system, deepen your healing journey, and feel better in your body. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm Karena with Hello Inner Light, and I'm a trauma-informed emotional healing coach who's here to help you heal the old emotional wounds, subconscious blocks, and self-sabotaging core beliefs that are holding you back from living a life of authenticity and joy. So if that's the kind of content that you need more of in your life, please subscribe to this podcast and join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self. So before we dive into the heart-centered decision-making meditation, I want to tell you about the little brain in the heart. Scientists have actually discovered that there are intelligent brain-like cells that exist in your heart and operate independently from the brain in your head. They call this neural network in your heart the little brain in your heart, and it sends far more information to the brain in your head than the brain sends to it. There are also studies that suggest that this little brain in the heart is a key component to our intuitive intelligence. This may not be hugely surprising, as cultures all over the world for thousands of years have been saying exactly that, but I do find the studies to be really fascinating. Even our language is filled with sayings that suggest an implicit understanding of the heart's relationship to our intuition and our inner guidance, like follow your heart, speak from the heart, and I've had a change of heart. I've personally come to see my heart as a powerful resource to help me drop below my anxious brain and find a deeper truth. It's a beautiful way to turn within and get more data points for my decision making. So I've been consciously connecting to my heart for guidance when making decisions, and it's been so helpful. Sometimes I get really clear and immediate downloads of ideas and information, like answers just coming in seemingly out of nowhere. Often I get little hints and gentle nudges, like a gentle feeling that I should consider this, or a gentle nudge that I should pause and rest before moving forward, or just little urges and impulses that feel aligned with my heart. And sometimes I don't change anything about my decisions, but I feel a shift within me. For example, I may do the exact same thing I was already planning on doing, but when I do it from the heart, it has a different energy and resonance to it. And I don't ignore the brain in my head in my decision-making process. This is more like added information or bonus guidance that oftentimes works with my conscious mind and deepens my inner alignment. So let's dive right in and see what's possible for you in this heart-centered decision-making meditation. So go ahead and find a space and a time where it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes and turn your attention within. And with your eyes closed, just begin to bring your awareness to your breath. So you can feel the air moving in and out through your nostrils. You can feel the air causing your chest and tummy to rise and fall. On your next breath, imagine that you could breathe in through your heart and out through your belly button. And imagine that you could feel the space or the distance between your heart and your belly button. Imagining that you could breathe in through your heart and out through the palms of your hands. And imagining again that you could feel the space or the distance between your heart and your hands. Breathing in through your heart, breathe out through the crown of your head. Imagining that you could feel the distance between your heart and the crown of your head. Breathing in through your heart and out through the soles of your feet. Imagining the space or the distance between your heart and your feet. And then just breathing in and out through your heart. As you breathe in and out through your heart, just gently invite your breath to get a little bit longer, a little bit slower. Please don't push your breath too long or too slow. It's just a very gentle and effortless invitation to slow down. And really feel what it feels like to breathe in and out through your heart. Maybe saying hello to your heart, or greeting any feelings that may be there in your heart today. And as you breathe in and out through your heart, just notice the rest of your body too. So perhaps you can feel your clothes touching your skin, like the collar of your shirt or the waistband of your clothes, or maybe the texture of your socks. Maybe you can feel hair on your face or neck, or glasses on your nose. As you're breathing in and out through your heart and feeling your heart, can you also feel your body making contact with the chair or the bed that you're resting on right now? Where is your body making the most contact with the chair or the bed? And what does that contact feel like? Is it hard or soft? Is it bumpy or smooth? Is your body making symmetrical contact or asymmetrical contact? Just breathing. And as you notice your body, and as you breathe in and out through your heart, bring to mind someone or something that you love very much, or bring to mind a happy memory. And as you bring this person or thing or happy memory to mind, go ahead and bring it to your imagination with all of your senses. So you can think of, if it's a person, you can think of what they look like, what the sound of their voice is, how it feels to laugh with them or hug them or whatever it is that you like to do with this person. If it's a thing, think of what you appreciate about it, how it makes you feel. If it's a happy memory, bring it all back to your imagination as if you were there. You can notice the sights, the sounds, the smells, the temperature of the air on your skin. Just really letting yourself bring this person, thing, or happy memory to mind more and more. And as you bring this person or thing or memory into your mind more and more, just begin to feel the loving feeling that's generated in your heart. What does that feel like in your heart? What descriptive words would you use to describe this feeling? Does this feeling in your heart have a color or a quality? As you tune into it more and more, just notice whatever else you notice about this feeling. As you feel this feeling in your heart more, it naturally begins to strengthen and grow. It can begin to fill you and permeate you. As you breathe in and out through your heart, this feeling just begins to vibrate on all of your cells, head to toe and everywhere in between. Left to right and everywhere in between. Front to back and everywhere in between. You can feel this feeling vibrating deep in the core of your being and through your skin. And you can even feel it in the space surrounding you. So the bioelectrical field of your heart can actually be measured 3 to 6 feet off of your body. So you actually are surrounded by and permeated by your heart energy. And so just feeling that feeling permeating and surrounding you. So continuing to breathe in and out through your heart. Continuing to feel this feeling within and around you. And now, when you're asking your heart for guidance, there are many ways that it can answer you. But one good way to start out is just to get a sense of how does your heart say yes and how does it say no. So as you're breathing in and out through your heart, just bring to mind something that genuinely brings you joy. Maybe it's a hobby or a time in your life where you felt clear and strong and aligned with your authentic self. And so notice how your heart reacts to this joyful thing, this time of clarity, whatever it is that you're thinking of. And whatever you're feeling in your heart right now probably has some relationship to how your heart tells you yes. Maybe something about this feeling is how your heart says yes. A yes feeling in my heart often feels sort of warm, sort of expansive, maybe a little bit excited or magnetic. There's something about the yes that just feels right. And this can be clarified over time. If this is your first time trying, just know that there are some nuances and some subtleties that you may notice with repeated practice. But let yourself notice whatever you're noticing right now. And now get a sense of how your heart says no. So you could just ask your heart to tell you what no feels like. Or you can bring to mind some time in your life where you felt off track or lost or just something didn't feel right in your life. And notice how your heart responds to that. Usually my heart feels a little bit smaller, tighter. It doesn't have that same expansive feeling of warmth and rightness. And this can be subtle, so just notice whatever you're noticing. But if you get a sense of when your heart says yes and when your heart says no, and again, you can get more and more of a sense and a nuanced take on this if you practice this regularly. But when you have a sense of a yes and a no, there are actually so many decisions that you can get support with. So, of course, you can get answers to yes or no questions. But you can also get answers for decisions when you have multiple choices and you're not sure what to do. So I use this all the time in my business because I am constantly having new ideas. And I have far more ideas than I have time and energy to implement. And so I'll often bring several ideas to my heart. And the one that I get the strongest yes on is the one I act on. So that's a simple way to begin to ask your heart for guidance in your decisions. But there are lots of other ways as well. So breathing in and out through your heart, just noticing whatever you're feeling right now. Another way is just to simply ask your heart a question, and it doesn't have to be a yes or no answer. Just ask your heart for guidance, ask your heart for a new perspective. And then notice what happens. So sometimes answers pop in pretty spontaneously and immediately, which is always nice. But oftentimes I just notice that I feel little urges and nudges moving forward that guide me towards the solution or the new perspective. I've also had the experience many times that I ask my heart a question, and then in a few days I'm talking to someone, and it's like the answer comes straight out of their mouth. So, with more open-ended questions that you pose to your heart, you may not know exactly how or when the answer is going to come in, but it's been my experience that the answers do come, sometimes very gently and quietly, and sometimes pretty obviously. And the third way that I use my heart for heart-centered decision making is that when I'm feeling resistance to something, maybe I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety or I'm just feeling stuck and I don't know why, I invite my heart to help me. So sometimes the love in my heart can just embrace the resistance. Sometimes that feeling of love in my heart can hold the resistance or permeate the resistance. My heart can meet the stuckness with acceptance. But when my heart meets this resistance or this stuckness within me, there's often some level of clarity that comes forward. Sometimes I understand with a little more compassion what is holding me back, what is at the root of that resistance. Sometimes I get a sense of a more effortless way to approach something that might be more aligned and less resistant. Sometimes I get a sense of a little baby step I could take that doesn't bring up the resistance. And sometimes I just feel less alone and more connected to my own inner guidance, even though there is resistance or stuckness within me. So go ahead and try it now. Breathing in and out through your heart. Just think of some place in your life where you would like a little more clarity. Some place in your life where you would like some guidance from your heart. And bring that question to your heart. And notice what happens. Continuing to breathe in and out through your heart. Allow the support of your heart to come alongside you as you ask this question. Allow yourself to surrender the question or the decision to your heart. And just notice whatever you notice. You might have some subtle or nuanced feelings. You might notice a shift within or some ideas or thoughts coming in. Just noticing whatever's happening within you. You may get an answer now, or remember that answers can drop in at any time. And if this is your first time trying to tap into your heart or body or intuition, then it may be a little bit murky, and that's totally okay. But this is a practice that you can revisit to cultivate more connection and more clarity. It's a practice that can strengthen your heart-centered decision-making over time. So breathing in and out through your heart for just another minute. And before we bring this meditation to a close, just ask your heart if there's anything else it wants to tell you. Noticing if you get any answer from your heart. And then, as you feel ready and in your own time, just gently and spontaneously allow your eyes to open. And just notice now. Did you get any clarity? Did you get any nudges or hints or yeses or nos? Did you learn anything about your heart or about yourself? You may want to stretch or move or wiggle. I know I always want to stretch and move after a long meditation. But just notice how you feel now. Go ahead and appreciate yourself for trying this today. Appreciate yourself for showing up for your heart and your authentic self in this moment. And let me know in the comments below what your experience was. Are you going to try to incorporate the wisdom of your heart into your decision-making process moving forward? I would love to hear what you think. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, then I would love it if you subscribe to the podcast and rate it and review it. And don't forget to join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self.